Good evening, everybody. Transfer deadline day. 9:30, an hour and a half to go. We're here live because we are about to get the Manuel Ugarte announcement. It's a special night, not because of that. It's a special night because I've actually gone live 1 minute before I was supposed to go live. How about that? That's a special present for you tonight. But the picks, the announcement is about to happen. We've had to wait until an hour and a half before the deadline. But, you know, better late than never and all that. It's about to happen. I'm looking forward to seeing the first pictures, hearing first quotes from Ugarte, but also this is going to be a bit of a full-on there we land show, if you want to call it that, because we're going to be speaking about Scott McTominay to Napoli is done. We're going to be speaking about Sekou Kone that's been done as well, and also speaking about Sancho to Chelsea. It feels very much like it's going to be a full end of a major. This window has been exhaustingly long, and it's gone right until the very end. Everybody tune in. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I will try and answer as many of your questions as possible, but locked and loaded. I think we're about to go. Manuel Ugarte from PSG to United is done. Give me those picks, man. Give me those picks. All right? There we go. Now that's what we're talking about. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's got that on. There's your man. There's your man. Manuel Ugarte is a Manchester United player. I'll leave that up on screen whilst I pull up the announcement and I'll get the interview and we can hear the first words from our new Uruguayan defensive midfielder. Jeez, that took a long time, didn't it? That did take a sweet long time. My God. There we go, Man United. Is that the official statement? There we go, transfer news. United signed Ugarte from PSG. Let me pull this up. Pull up a little photo of him in the third kit. I mean, why not? Right then, let's get it. Comunicado Oficial. Oficial? Made that up what I said there. Anyway. Transfer news. United signed Ugarte from PSG. Manchester United is pleased to confirm that Manuel Ugarte has joined the club subject to registration. I mean, you'd think you'd done that by now. Let's go. The Uruguayan has signed a contract until June 2029. 5-year contract. Option to extend by a further year. Standard. All right. Last season, Ugarte won the League and Cup double, blah, 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 blah. What's he said? All right. It is an incredible feeling to join a club of this magnitude. Let's say one thing about all the first signings from any players. Like, I've either joined my dream club or it's just incredible. Anyway, let's just enjoy it for what it is. It is an incredible feeling to join a club of this magnitude, one that is admired all around the world. Project that man, they've all said this. Honestly, I don't know whether every single one of our new signings this summer is right. By the way, Manuel, can you just say something about how good the football leadership is and all that jazz? Either that or they all really are getting genuinely excited by the project that's being laid out by Ashworth and Barada, which is exciting unto itself. Manchester United is an ambitious club, and I am an ambitious player. The passion of support is something that is very important to me. I know how incredible United fans are, and I cannot wait to experience Old Trafford. I'm someone who is determined to succeed. I will sacrifice. We like that. That's a good word. And give everything for my teammates. Together we will fight to win trophies and reach the level where the club needs to be. And let's get a little pic of him in the third kit there. Ooh-wee! Ugarte's on a permanent deal. It's done. It's dusted. Would I get a copyright strike if I pull up? Oh, there you go. Little photo of him and Ten Hag. We like that. Let's see what else is coming out down here. Was there? No, there was no actual official announcement video. Let me pull this up. Little photo of Ugarte and Ten Hag there at Carrington. Matt down there in the comments saying, trust the process they do. As I said, I swear every single... I need to go back and look at them all, but I'm pretty sure the majority of them have all said that they've... Something about the ambition of United and something about believing in the project or excited about the project. I don't know. Let me see what you're saying down here in the comments. This has been a very special transfer window, says Rushan. It's definitely the best transfer window I can remember post-Fergie. I'd have to go back a long time probably to find a window as good as this one. I don't know what it would be. One window that will always stick in my mind, personally, I think was 2008, where Man United signed, if I'm correct, Hargreaves, Nani and Anderson in the same window. Who else did we sign? I swear we signed somebody else as well. No more piano. No more piano. But Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like a full-on, at a good time in his career, defensive midfielder who uses that word there. That's probably going to be. I'll be honest. That's pretty much exactly what he's got to do. Ugarte has got to be the facilitator. You remember Fred said that he doesn't mind being the piano carrier in the Brazil team. Ugarte's got to be the piano carrier, the piano cleaner, the piano driver. Everything to do with the piano apart from playing it. Let Manu play the piano. Let Bruno play the piano. Just make sure no one else can touch that damn piano. Be the bouncer. Be the driver. Be the carrier. Be whatever you want to be. Sacrifice and give everything you possibly can in that midfield. It's the player that we're missing, the profile that we're missing. Will he be able to cover all the ground? Sorry, I'm not talking about tactics right now. I am just on a Friday night after a hell of a window, a hell of a long window. Let's just enjoy the fact that we have got Ugarte in. And this summer, we all knew that we needed central defenders and central midfielders. Bang. 2 central defenders, Yoro and De Ligt. Central midfielder, boom, Ugarte. Might not have been the one that a lot of people wanted, but I tell you what, don't try and label this as a bad signing. Is it a perfect signing? I think there's questions. Are there perfect signings in the world? I'm sure there's some. But this is a very good signing. And I tell you what, Erik ten Hag will be delighted to have him in his team. I think we spoke about it before in the Ajax teams. Edson Alvarez was the facilitator, if you want to call it that, in the second team. And then I think it was Gravenberch alongside him who then was given the freedom to go forward. And in the first team, it was probably Schöne, I think it was Schöne, that allowed De Jong to sort of go forward. Looking forward to this. Look, United this summer, we wanted De Ligt, we got him. We wanted Euro, we got him. We wanted Mazraoui, we got him. We wanted Ugarte, and we got him. And for the price we wanted, by the way, 50 million euros plus 10 mil in add-ons. And if we get the add-ons, it's good. Let me go down here and read some of your comments. There's a couple of super chats, and then I'll read some of your chats out. It's going to be a good show here tonight. Not sure how long I'll be here for. JS is saying, Sam, where did you get the confirmation? I don't see anything. Bam. Come on, man. You got to trust me. Also, Man United announced that they were going to say it at 9:30, so I wasn't exactly looking into the future. Ibrahim saying a successful first summer window under Ineos. I agree. Very successful. Akash is saying, Tim Vickery said Andre was the backup to Ugarte. I would have liked someone who was better on the ball, but I'll back the signing, and he was United's number 1 midfield target, so at least he wasn't a panic buy. Yeah, far from a panic buy, man. Far from a panic buy. It might not be the name that a lot of you wanted, but it was the exact name that United wanted. They've done their due diligence. They've looked at the targets who are available, and they've gone after Ugarte all summer long. Nothing really about any other targets. It was all about Ugarte. Yeah, better late than never and all that. Wish he was in the squad for the Liverpool game. He won't be. But after the international break, this man will be ready to play in midfield for United, fingers crossed. Paul is saying, looking forward to the shameful joy of Sancho going toxic when he can't get minutes in that bloated Chelsea side. I'll speak about Sancho a little bit later in the show. It's going to be a busy one. There are lots of genuine talking points and lots of transfers that seem to be happening. So I'll discuss that later. Halftime Orange is saying Sancho out with an obligation, and it's a 10 out of 10 window. Someone said he looks like a rugby player in that picture. Don't know. By the way, that jacket. United's merch this year has taken a big step up, I'll tell you that. A big step up. Let me see what else is written in the statement. There's probably something from Dan Ashworth down here. There he is. Oh, there's the man himself. Signing Manuel was another of our primary targets this summer. He is among the very best ball-winning players in the world. And look, you would have all, maybe not all of you, what are you doing? But some of you would have watched my Ugarte transfer profile video. And it's exactly what I was saying there. I said, look, in terms of ball winning, Ugarte isn't just good. He's in the absolute elite. He's in like the 99th percentile, right at the very top for tackles, for winning the ball back, for facilitating, for being the piano carrier. Really is the best. His qualities, experience, and passion will be a great complement to our strong group of midfielders. Manuel is a player. Manuel. I just think of Manuel for 40 towels. Anyway, Manuel is a player we've watched closely, and we are excited to see the positive impact he will make on the pitch and in the dressing room. And there he is with Erik ten Hag, and there he is in the third kit, which I've still not got yet. What else are you saying down here in the comments? Ibrahim saying Sancho out and it's a 10 out of 10 win. I think I'd have read that one. I mean, 10 out of 10, maybe. Rapid saying, is Ugarte the piano carrier or just the piano that Manu and Bruno need? He's a piano carrier. Manu is the... I don't know. Manu is the one that's making incredible, innovative new music, and Bruno's just... Bruno's just wicked at playing the piano. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's an expert at it. He's like a concert pianist. Maybe not a concert pianist. What's a chaotic instrument? Double bass? I don't know. My classical music knowledge is not very good. And the analogies are going very, very left field right now. Let me read some more of your comments out down here. Oh, Melis, you're feeling chirpy tonight. He will flop like the rest under Eric Ten Hag. Oh, what, like Lisandro Martinez? Oh, yeah. Good shout there, mate. I'll be honest. Some of them have big misses. Anthony. I think Onana's going to come through this season. But I really am delighted, all right? Expectations versus reality of Man United's transfer windows typically let you down. They really, really do. They have not let United fans down this summer, I don't think. Expectations versus reality of this window, with Ugarte being the final piece, with all the sales that we've done, and maybe Sancho exit on loan and obligation, that really is setting a new standard at this football club. That's what I would call this summer. All right, let me see what else is being said around here on Twitter. See if anything else has come out. Any more pics? No? All right, okay. See it down there. Actually, it's just... Manuel Ugarte is all of us, by the way. He's just tweeted this. So finally, man, he's been sat in the Lowry Hotel for like 2 days. Like, for goodness sake, man, when can I tweet? When can I send this message? Is it done yet? What do you mean it's not done yet? Why not? Oh, for goodness sake. Finally. I got to tweet that. 1 sec. Ugarte is every single one of us. Just cracked me up. He's like, for goodness sake, like, seriously, is it done? All right, it's done now. Hey, look at that. Nuruddin, man. Make sure, I can't say anything more to you that you don't already know, and I can't say it to everyone else. I love what we've been able to do this summer. I love the videos that I've been able to do. You let me live out my dream job here, and I hope you enjoy what I do and what we do here at United People's TV. And just thank you, man. Thank you to everyone. What am I going to press here? Not that. Forgotten to. I'll sod it. Let's go old school. Nuruddin, this one's for you and this one's for Ugarte. The summer transfer window. Like last season. That bloody gong. What's David Ornstein saying? Right, well, ladies and gents, right, we are going to be... This is going to be a show of shows. I think this might be one of the biggest ones. Okay, it's going to be even bigger. Yes! Come on! Come on! 1 second here. Loan with obligation. Yes, please. Jadon Sancho, here we go. Not just news, a here we go. Well, that's just escalated the window a little tiny bit. I think that's a fair way to describe it. Let me pull this up, all right? Ladies and gents, this is something that I have wanted. I have wanted. Come on! I mean, you might say that's a really harsh way to celebrate Jadon Sancho leaving the club. But I don't think it is. I'm sorry. After everything that happened last summer, and Sancho, there's something, in my opinion, something was broken between me as a fan and Jadon Sancho as a player. And I've said this so many times. I'm going to go full screen to say this again. When Jadon Sancho is old and grey and sitting there looking back on his career, he is going to look back at his United career and he is going to go, I wish that could have gone differently. I wish that could have gone differently. And on my life, right, just take a step back here. From a neutral fan looking at this, what on earth is Sancho doing, and what on earth is Chelsea doing? It makes no sense. Jadon Sancho has gone to a club that had 496 wingers, and he's going to get no. I don't. And this again might be harsh, but that shows me, in my opinion, it's more important for Jadon Sancho to have gone home to London than it is for Jadon Sancho to have gone to a club where he's genuinely going to be driving towards playing first-team football on the regular and is ambitious to be the best player and the best version of himself that he could have been. I think that is Jadon Sancho going back to London. I think Jadon Sancho going into an environment where if he turns up late for work, it doesn't matter because they've got another 960 players that they got to look at. But that's a big one. That is a big one. And it's loan with obligation. That right there is probably the most important part of that. Okay? So a loan deal doesn't really help Manchester United right now. Tyler, you're asking the important question. What are the clauses and when does it come in? Let's see if we've got some more information on that from David Ornstein, who has also tweeted just now that Chelsea are on the verge of an agreement. I knew I should have gone live at that time. I saved myself because I didn't want to just go live 5 or 6 times across the whole day. I think that would have just annoyed you. Would have annoyed me as well. Chelsea on the verge of agreeing a loan deal for Jadon Sancho. Let's read what David Ornstein's got to say. Chelsea are on the verge of reaching an agreement to sign Jadon Sancho. He will join on an initial loan, with the West London club having an obligation to make the deal permanent next summer. Expected to sign a long-term contract at Stamford Bridge. Nothing down there about... All right, so there's no details as it stands on what those obligations are. Sue, you're saying it shows a lack of ambition on Sancho's part. I think it does. I think partly it does. It's just... Sancho, man. I mean, can somebody tell me a signing which is more disappointing than Sancho? Because when we signed him, man, under Ole, he was what, 21, 22? And I was like, this is such a perfect signing. I was so happy that we signed Sancho. What he'd done at Dortmund, the age that he was English coming into a team. We had, at that time anyway, Rashford, and we had Greenwood, and it felt like such an amazing signing. And look at what's happened. Man, Ineos, if anybody had... Ineos did have a lot of doubters, and understandably so. My word, have they proven them wrong this summer. Anthony, Anthony's still a player at the club, so he could do something to turn it around. And I also don't think he's going to call his manager a liar in public either. Di Maria, I said Di Maria earlier. I'll be honest, Di Maria was great at the start, and then Van Gaal was like the worst possible manager for him. Pogba, nowhere near. Pogba is not even in the same category. And Sanchez is probably one of the only ones I think you can put up there. But Jadon Sancho to Chelsea, as I said, for neutrals looking at this, they must just be looking at it going, why? As a United fan, I'm looking at this from Chelsea's perspective and I'm going, why? It staggers. It's beyond belief. Mate, Nuruddin, man, you kind of... I don't even know how to react anymore. This one is for King Nuruddin. And goodbye, Jadon Sancho. Questions and comments down there. I'm going to read some out. Justin, you're saying it's a 9 out of 10 window. I'm so glad Ineos bought the club, says Will. What else are you saying down here about Sancho? This is what happens when you get the best people for the job. Jeff, you're saying he will regret how he applied himself at United. Mate, he definitely will, man. He definitely will. Sancho won't get it. I don't even know how many wingers they've got. Who else even plays on the right wing? There's no point even trying to name all the players that are going to be ahead of Jadon Sancho in the pecking order. It just feels like the right club, I suppose, for Jadon Sancho, where he can probably kind of get away with it. Can probably just scoot in. Hey, look, famous last words. I might be getting clipped up on here. This isn't to say that I don't think that Jadon Sancho has the ability to have an impact at Chelsea? Because I absolutely think he does. Jadon Sancho had the ability to be a genuinely great player at Manchester United. And I still think he's got the ability. But ability is nothing without application. And Ten Hag gave him 3 months off, man, mid-season. He looked at his player and he goes, this isn't the right environment for you, is it? Something, I don't really know exactly what's wrong, but it's not the right environment. You go away and you sort of collect yourself. Even though I've got Cristiano Ronaldo trying to cause some sort of internal chaos here, and I could probably really do with you in a team, you go out and just re-find yourself. Come back. Him smiling on the sideline, and then just nothing changed. Nothing. And then he called him a liar in public. It's mad. Paul, you're saying, I believe that Sancho thinks he should be considered along with Ronaldo, Messi among the greatest. Unfortunately, he's done nothing to warrant it. I don't know whether I'd go as far as that, but I imagine he's probably got a bit of a heightened sense of self-importance. I think you kind of need to at the top level. It was that which made Ronaldo great, but ultimately that which made it a bit more spectacular with Ronaldo when he started going, a little bit south. But, man, I'm delighted. I'm seriously delighted that has happened. I didn't know whether this was going to happen. Jadon Sancho. We thought that it might be collapsing after Juve pulled out of it. But Sancho to United. Craig, the comparisons there with Ravel Morrison I think are going to be quite easy to make in terms of United fans and experiences of seeing a player coming through, having so much application, but unfortunately being in with the wrong crowd. Let's see what goes on. But in my opinion, from what I've experienced as a United fan with Jadon Sancho, and from what I have done extensive research on in his time at City, even when he broke through from the academy to the first team, to move into Dortmund and the issues that existed in between all of these clubs, Jadon Sancho going back to London, I think will open up other avenues for problems for Chelsea. But you know what? Good luck. It might work out. I mean, it probably won't. But he's a very good footballer. But that's never been in doubt. But boy, this is good for Manchester United. And the loan with the obligation. That's going to be the I already said that, but this is the key bit of info that we don't currently have. So it will likely be an obligation of, I don't know. For example, it won't be this, but it could be this. If Jadon Sancho makes 20 appearances for us this season, or 25 in all competitions, and I don't think it'll be down to goal scoring, but it's going to be stuff like that. X amount of appearances. If you meet these 3 points, then boom, obligation is met. We buy him. Type it in the comments, people. What do you think that price will be? All right, because we saw earlier today, I don't know whether it was just today, but it was at least today, that Man United were considering taking an obligation of 25 million for Jadon Sancho. Bear in mind, we paid what? 62 mil? Something like that. Don't quite know. But I believe it was The Athletic earlier today mentioned 25 million, which is not much. It's really not much. Majority of you are saying 25 million down there. 40 million from pro club goals. I mean, that would be nice. That's what I said at the start of the window. I think I was kind of dreaming at that point. It was kind of like absolute top end level money. Don't know. Ranuk, you're asking about the Obi Martin announcement. If Obi Martin's not been announced, then he's not ready to be announced yet. Man, that's such a big bit of news. It really is. You shouldn't really celebrate a player leaving so much, but from this morning, well, not from this morning, and honestly, from when he came back into the first team training, I was the exact same. I said, I want Jadon Sancho still to leave. And he's left. That now leaves Manchester United with right-wing options. We've got Ahmad and Anthony and Garnacho there. And left-wing options, you've got Rashford and Garnacho. Can't have Mason Mount there anymore. You can probably put Xerxes out on the left if you need to. I think the Athletic is probably going to be pretty much bang on. 25 to 30 million. And maybe United might have a little sell-on clause involved in that. We got a 10% sell-on clause with Scott McTominay. Akash saying, Sancho represents everything that's wrong with millennials. I'm not getting into like the old bloke in the corner of the pub drinking a pint of bitter. sort of conversation. Oh, these millennials, these kids, back in my day. No, I'm not getting involved in that. Karen saying, imagine if we had 4 or 5 transfer windows like this. Well, that's what it is, man. This is the start of it. I've maintained it all the way through for years now because it's completely true. If you have 2 or 3 really good windows in a row, that's when you build a squad which is genuinely capable of competing. Man United have had 1 now. This is the start of something. And it really has been a good window. Perfect? Maybe not. But very, very good. Someone down here telling me to look at Melissa. What is that from Sky Sports? Melissa ready? What's she saying? What do you say, Melissa? In-depth analysis on Manuel Ugarte. Nah, don't need to look at that. Sammy Mockbell from the Daily Mail saying that Chelsea's obligation to buy Jadon Sancho is on a fee lower than £40 million. Well, thanks very much, Sammy Mockbell, for that incredibly insightful bit of information, which we all could have told you. All right. Nick saying this summer is the Phoenix. We're on the up. Make sure, can you all please, tomorrow, set your notifications on for 12 p.m., dropping the deep dive into Man United's transfer policy this summer and how we're taking it's more of it's not even a hat tip. This summer, Man United are heading towards that policy, which in my opinion was the foundation of when we were dominant. And that's signing players who aren't ready-made superstars. They may already be talents. They may be quality now, but players who grow into superstars at your football club. They're the best signings we ever made. And this summer is a nod towards that. And in my opinion, a shift in strategy that I think we will continue past this summer. See if there's any super chats down there. Don't want to miss any of these. If you are new, please do subscribe to United People's TV. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of new faces here. I'd love to have you on board. Captain Mo Lake, you're saying 10 out of 10 summer. Also, shout out to the best channel. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. UDR4, you're not a fan of Chelsea. Rory Jennings, your club is crap. I don't want to hear any bad news against Chelsea. No bad word against Chelsea. They just signed Jadon Sancho. I've always liked Chelsea. Every single morning I come on here supportive of Chelsea, explaining how incredibly smart their project is. Why would you only have 20 players in your squad? Why would you do that if you can have 45? You just increase your odds. I think they're playing 4D football. They know exactly what they're doing. All other clubs need to copy what Chelsea are doing. Halftime Orange is saying was absolutely buzzing when Sancho signed. So was I, man. Thought our right wing was sorted for years. It's hilarious that we thought we'd sign it, and then we find out he doesn't even like playing on the right wing. Brilliant news. Gutted it hasn't worked out, but his attitude stank. Yeah, that's true. Seven Samurai saying, do you think Erik Ten Hag wants too long with implementing the new signings into the team? Somehow feels like he waits longer than other managers. I don't know. I just think he's quite careful with certain. He was careful with Manu and Garnacho when they broke through, and then Garnacho started 38 games in a row. I think he's been a little bit stung, if I'll be honest, with Erik Ten Hag. With injuries and players coming in, and the Euros, are you kidding me? 3 months of metatarsal. So I think he'd rather ease them in. Let me read some of these out. Daniel, I don't even want a Christmas present now. Good, you're not getting one. Right, here we go. There's some more information coming here. Man, what an end. You know how sometimes deadline days can be boring as hell? Today's not one of those. Absolutely not one of those. Mike Keegan from the Daily Mail is saying this loan to obligation future fee, I believe, is between 20 to 25 million pounds. Big saving on wages for United and gets him a problem out the door. I wonder, do we see Chelsea paying Sancho's full wages? I hadn't thought about that. That's 325k a week. 325 grand. 325 grand. Just want to say that again. 300. He is on double and a bit of De Ligt's wage, I think. Something like that. He's on mad wages. If you include the money that we've saved on Anthony Martial, if Chelsea are paying his full wages, the money that we saved on Anthony Martial, Sancho, and Varane alone, 250, 600. You're talking in the region of 850 to 900 grand a week on just those 3 players. Wow. Wow. My God, were we overpaying? Jeez. Garlic Bread Man and 7 Samurai going up for a little square off. 5 gifted memberships each. Thank you very much, dudes. I'm going old school tonight. We're getting the gong back out. It's deadline day and all right? Steven's saying you sound like Cilla Black. All right, love, what's your name? Where'd you come from? Anyone else remember A Moment of Truth? That was one of my favourite TV shows. A Moment of Truth was a game show. Cilla Black was the host. And like they just got a random person. They had to learn like sometimes a really rogue talent for a week. There was somebody who had to learn the train route from London to Edinburgh, every stop and backwards. And if they got it all right in a row, they got like killer prizes. Go and watch it. Moment of Truth. It's great fun. They should bring that game show back. Random little Friday night thought. This is quite a nice way to end. This is a really quite a nice way to end this transfer window, isn't it? It's been an absolute, genuine privilege. And I'm not just saying that. Love the fact that you've enabled me to be able to do this. And yeah, it's been fun. And it's been easily the best transfer window that we have had as a football club in a long, long time. Really a long time. Paul, thank you for gifting 5 memberships as well, dude. All of you, can I just please leave the link to the Discord? All right, the Discord is free. If you are a member and you've just been given a membership now, that lasts for a month. And if you connect your YouTube account to the Discord, which the mods will help you do very, very easily, by the way, you can then join the members only area. All right. And we're going to be doing, I've started doing members only content and then the transfer window happened, but that'll be coming back quite soon. Jibak, you're saying, don't remember when it was the last time we ended a summer transfer window happy. Can't compete with City, but not getting top 4 with this squad will be impressive. And we've still got, look, Brighton, unlucky, in my opinion. That goal, I'm not that bloody annoying goal. Fulham, I actually think we were pretty good. Liverpool is going to be a big test. All right. But even if we lose against Liverpool, it's not doom and gloom. We've got Ugarte coming in. We're going to have Xerxes fully fit. Højlund coming back. De Ligt will be fitter. We should get better as this season progresses. That would be my expectation. And Danny, you've down there gifting 10 memberships as well. And Paul, with a very good emoji there. What Muppet is that? Gifting 5. Little cheeky gong for both of you. Before we move on, because there's lots more news we need to speak about. We've got Ugarte done. We've got Sancho there, confirmation. We need to have a little quick chat here about Scott McTominay, all right? Because he has now left. We've got the pictures of him in a Napoli kit. And you know what, with Scott McTominay? 2 things that are absolutely right at the same time. It's sad to see him leave, but it's absolutely the right thing. Erik ten Hag has come on, I think in his press conference, he said, look, if PSR rules didn't dictate to me that I had to sell Scott McTominay, I would not have sold Scott McTominay. I think we all knew that. But he did. We had to. PSR, right? Those people, oh, you know, I can spend 400 million. Oh, great. Yeah, brilliant news. Yeah, well done, lads. But this little line here from Scott. Thank you for watching. Thank you for having me. I'll be watching as well, sorry. Thank you for having me. And I've enjoyed every minute. You know how, like, when players leave and you go, I wish them well. Yeah, until they play us, and then I just hope you're absolutely garbage. I can't. No, I really, really mean I hope McTominay absolutely wallops it. Because the city of Naples, the religious fans that they have got there, I think will find it so easy to buy into Scott McTominay as a player. And it depends how Antonio Conte uses him. Of course, Conte will always use a win-back system, presumably anyway, unless his style's completely changed. So he'll probably play as one of the 2 central attacking midfielders behind a striker, maybe. And it's a perfect position for McTominay, and especially if you've got wing-backs and cover behind you. I'm looking forward to seeing what Scott McTominay can do at Napoli. Yeah, it's sad. Genuinely, it is sad. And there's other players I would have got rid of ahead of him. Casemiro, Eriksen, Hannibal. All I would have put on the sell list before Casemiro. Look, before McTominay. But he had to be sold because of the money that we got for him. That's just it. And I see there, dude, you're saying, I cannot wait to see where Ineos take us next. Our football club is waking up. That's what this summer has been about. The sleeping giant. We are waking up. We're still sort of almost like drunkenly slumbering around, like knocking into things, knocking plates over and stuff. And there's going to be bumps and hurdles and, you know, tripping over and all that jazz. But Man United are waking up. The trajectory of our football club has substantially changed since February. And it is only the beginning. There is still so much more to come. And I tell you what, we can move on to another really exciting signing that we've got announced today. Earlier on, Sekou Kone, the 18-year-old Malian midfielder, has put pen to paper. That's him sitting there with Jason Wilcox. And this is a very exciting signing. All right? We can't expect anything from this lad for the next year and a half, I would suppose. Year and a half, thereabouts, right? He's going to be at the club to develop. He's going to be at the club. But it may well be, and like, just imagine, this may well not be the case. But if it is the case, I can absolutely see the logic in it. We've just signed Manuel Ugarte, all right? 23. Years ahead of him. He could be a United player, a great player for 5 years' time. He could see out his whole contract. And he's still only 28. That's brilliant. But what you could be seeing here is Manchester United signing Ugarte for the now, for the present, for the next few years. And in the same summer, Man United are potentially signing somebody who in 2-3 years' time is going to be a potential replacement for Ugarte, or somebody who comes in for competition and wants to take his spot, and you build that competition from within. So you may well have seen Manchester United sign not only Ugarte, but Ugarte's potential replacement in a couple of years' time, in the same window. When you're a football club, you have to have the ability to do what's right for now, in the short term, whilst also just keeping one eye out for what's over there. And that's what happens when you've actually got a football structure in place. When you've got Omar Barada, who's in charge of your 5-year vision and never loses sight of it, no matter what goes on a day-to-day basis. And I know it's on a very, very micro scale, but I'll tell you, it's one thing that I've really I've struggled with it, with United People's TV. There's so much content going on a day-to-day basis that you kind of lose vision about, oh, I actually want to do this really high-class and high-quality video, but how do I do that at the same time as doing all the day-to-day stuff? Hence why Ronnie's now coming in on a full-time role, so that we can do the day-to-day whilst also being able to deliver those high-quality transfer profile videos and the deep dives. That's kind of what this... I don't know why. It's just... this is what I spend my whole day doing. My whole life doing. I work a lot. And I hope you enjoy it. Be nice to have a break after some of that. Let me see what else has been said down here. Oh, my word. I thought I saw it down there, but Seven Samurai as well as joint. Everyone's feeling just wonderful tonight. Another 50 gifted memberships, and it is a perfect night to bring out the gong. The only time this summer, we'll make this a new tradition. The gong comes out on transfer deadline day, and transfer deadline day only. But Seven, thank you for gifting 50, man, and Tony for gifting 5. For everybody, welcome aboard. Man, it's just wonderful to see my football club actually operating like a football club. Like rub your eyes, people. Rub your eyes. Kid Gacy, you're asking anything new on Sancho? Nah, man. Nothing really, apart from the fact that we've got Here We Go to Chelsea. Jadon Sancho's gone. Loan with an obligation. Bang. And by the way, we are not signing Raheem Sterling. Mwah. Mwah. Lovely. What? That's a pretty damn good transfer deadline day. There were links with Kearney, the centre mid from Chelsea, who I thought, and there was links at one point with Eriksen going out on loan, and Eriksen leaving on loan and Kearney coming in. I could really look at that and I'd be like, yep, I can understand that. That'll be class. Hey, look, there you go. We've just got confirmation here. We were just speaking about this earlier, and it's exactly what we said it was. Fabrizio Romano confirming here that the obligation for Jadon Sancho is around 25 million. Some of you might say that that's underpriced. I would say that we probably overpaid for Jadon Sancho at the start. Do you remember the season before when we tried to sign him and Dortmund tried to charge 130 mil and we offered like 82 million, something like that? Nah, that didn't work. And then we paid 72, something around that. 25 mil seems fine. Sancho is going to be one of the players that Man United are going to have to swallow a loss on and go, that didn't work out, but that's not our fault. That's the old regime. Anthony is going to be one of those, and a big one as well. I'll be very surprised. Probably not too far off 25 mil, I suppose, that United could probably try and conceivably get for Anthony, but I imagine it'll probably be more towards a 20 mil mark. Sean, you're saying, welcome, Ineos. You're saying it's a 10 out of 10 window. No idea if there's going to be a sell-on clause involved in that, but man, what an end to it. What an end to it, people. I'm going to get that photo back up here because this is ultimately what we were waiting for here tonight. It's a real shame that Ugarte is not going to be in the squad to face Liverpool. It genuinely is a shame because if he was fit, he would have started. He would have made a big, big difference. But we're going to somehow have to cope without him. I'm worried because I've seen Mainu and Casemiro both get leggy towards the end of games. So maybe Toby Collier coming on for the last 25, which is a big ask to do that against Liverpool. Luckily, it's at Old Trafford instead of Anfield, or it would have been even worse. But let me go down here now for a couple of minutes to read your comments. Please do drop a like on the video if you are new to United People's TV. It is deadline day after all. But like I just said there, Sterling going to Arsenal, fine, good. I didn't want Sterling at United. Of all the vision connected up thinking I've seen United do in this window, Sterling was the polar opposite of that, the absolute opposite. Might have given you the dopamine hit. Wouldn't have made any sense in any long term. And we probably could. My personal guess is if we did sign Sterling, it would have ended up being another Sancho situation. And we've got a player. I know it's not that he would call Ten Hag a liar or anything like that, but we would have a player on massive wages that we don't really need anymore and we can't get rid of anymore. And we're kind of stuck with him. I imagine that's exactly what would have happened with Sterling. More damage limitations from Ineos, says Ibrahim. And Faith, thank you so much for that comment there, Faith. Saying it's an amazing channel, humble and honest and to the point. Very much enjoy the hard work. It has been a slog this summer, I'll be honest. It has been a slog. It is Friday the 30th of August. The deadline closes in 48 minutes. And we've just had a full 45-minute show about Ugarte being announced, Sancho going to Chelsea with a here we go, McTominay going to Napoli and being confirmed, and Sekou Kone all being announced, all in the last 3 hours. Man United did stretch it out. They absolutely did stretch that out. Eyes is saying down there, Kone's considered a first-team signing. He's absolutely not considered a first-team signing, all right? I saw Sam Luckhurst doing that. And he says, oh, he's considered a first-team signing. And then he goes on to say, he's going to play with the under-21s for a while. He's probably going to, stay in the academy environment for a while. Oh, so he's not a first-team signing. He's not a first-team signing. Chris, if anybody got Oasis pre-order tickets, I'll give you my address and you can send me one. Seriously, I didn't get a pre-sale. I'm going to be up at 8:30 tomorrow there, doing my stretches. Come on, getting in that queue that's got about 9.6 million people in. Definitely not going to be getting it. And you're saying harmonious dressing room is priceless, and that is a major, major reason why I was so adamant that keeping Jadon Sancho at the club just wasn't the right move. He doesn't want to be there. We don't want him to be there. And therefore, you don't want that player in your environment. All right? You just do not. Let me get that picture up of Ugarte with a big smile on his face again. Where is he? Look at that, by the way. Ladies and gents, that right there is the best midfield three. I can't even I can't even... Matic, Pogba and Herrera? That's a stretch. I'm trying to remember the last time that we had a midfield that I kind of looked at and went, that's a good midfield. I like that. And Matic, Pogba and Herrera, sorry, maybe at some points, but that midfield right there. Ugarte, Manu and Bruno. Now, Ugarte's going to have to live up to a lot of expectations, man. He's going to have to deliver in so many ways. He's going to have to be... He's going to have to be like a physical specimen. He really is. To cover the amount of ground that he's going to need to cover. But that's how he plays. It's not like we're trying to put a round peg in a square hole, wherever it is. Probably said that completely wrong. He is a tenacious fighter in the middle. That's who he is. He's a scrapper. His words, not mine. I will sacrifice and give everything for my teammates. That's the sort of player that Ugarte is. And that is why that's going to make a big, big difference. You see what else you're saying down here in the comments. This is a fun show, isn't it? It is fun. It's a hell of a way to end the transfer window. Tell you that. I'm genuinely angry, says Wesley. I wanted Sancho to stay. I don't know what logic you can possibly give to that thought process. I'm being completely honest. I have none. I have nothing. I have no idea why any United fan would have argued with chest that Sancho would stay and should stay. I don't know. Surav saying, feeling bad for McTominay. He was a United player, a player who would die on the pitch. Napoli got a bargain. Yeah, I think Napoli got a great player. And I just think it would really, I think it will suit Napoli and I think it will suit McTominay. I think that's going to be a win-win for everybody. Look at that. Something very new at our football club. And what a difference they have made in a very relatively short space of time. And bear in mind that Dan Ashworth's only been here for 2 months. July the 1st, if I remember correctly. That's when the floodgates opened. After the end of the PSR deadline, we announced him, and we've had him in for 2 months. And boy, oh boy, have things improved. Tommy, you're saying we still need a left back, in my opinion. I think we should have enough cover there. I think we're still going to we'll still have injury problems. I would have loved a left centre-back, left-back cover. Not like an out-and-out left-back, but somebody who can play both positions. Because if Martinez gets injured, touch wood, then I'll be worried, all right? Still don't think we can replace him, but I think De Ligt will be a better replacement there. So we could replace him better than we could last season, but I'd still be worried. Dan Ashworth's the best signing, says JM. Well, I don't think it's down to an individual this summer, all right? I think Dave Brailsford, a lot of people were concerned about Dave Brailsford because he went in if you don't know of what happened at Ineos, is when he came in to do the audit of Ineos, Bob Ratcliffe was sacked. That was Jim Ratcliffe's brother who was in. I don't even know what his job was. Was he CEO? No idea. He was working at Nice. He got replaced, and Dave Brailsford kind of stepped in. And during the summer, ended up doing a lot of the transfer stuff with, I think his name's Ian Moody, who used to work with Crystal Palace. And then they ended up doing some mad signings, like Kasper Schmeichel, Ross Barkley. I think they got Nicolas Pepe. Just all these famous names from the Premier League. It didn't work at all. It was a spectacular failure. So everyone's looking at Brailsford going, I'm not sure about him, man. Anyway, he's done a good job. Ashworth's come in and the job has been done. Barada's come in and done a good job. And Jason Wilcox. They're all working together. And that's what it means. Every single aspect of our club feels like they're working together. Now, the football, we're not there yet. We are far from there yet. Football is where the biggest progress now has to come. All the big progress has happened on the pitch, off the pitch. Now we need to see that football on the pitch. But to wrap up this show and to wrap up probably the last... Well, I'm not going live tonight. Sort that. Might go and have a beer now. Well, I ran out of beer. Might have a cider. We've got Manuel Ugarte. That is now done and dusted. Goodbye, Scott McTominay. Thank you for everything you've done for the club. It was the right time for you to leave. all parties. I think it suits all parties there. Welcome Sekou Kone, an exciting academy prospect who maybe will make his United full-time first-team debut a little bit later in the window. Maybe, maybe not. And Jadon Sancho going to Chelsea. Huge. Let me go down here and make sure I didn't miss any super chats before we wrap up the show, and then I'll read some more of your comments out. Spider Sock says, honest thoughts on whether we win the Europa League this season now that we've completed the window and the draw is done. Spider Socks, we have to be considered favourites for that competition. It's us or probably Spurs. We've got a good draw, an excellent squad, and there is no excuse. There are no teams dropping down from the Champions League this year. Man United have got to go far in the Europa League, and I'd like us to win it. Yeah, I'm not necking a bottle of Prosecco. What was it I was necking a bottle of Prosecco for last time? Was it a signing? I think it was a signing. I can't remember. There's no bottle of Prosecco to neck, otherwise I'd have it. Though you actually can't really neck a bottle of Prosecco. It's horrible. Ladies and gents, thank you for tuning in all summer. It means the world to me. Now the football season starts. And I've got so much belief in this squad. There's growth that needs to happen, sure. But the components that we've got now, the football structure that we've got behind them, we're heading in the right direction. We are heading in the right direction. And now, hopefully, the results will start to follow and United will just get bigger and better. Starting with Liverpool on Sunday. Now, tomorrow, make sure you please tune in at 12 p.m. A proper deep dive. Really, the top level, the champion level quality on United People's TV is going out at lunchtime, and I'll be here for the Liverpool game. Great end to the summer. I'll do my transfer window review next week. We've got the international break. We've got loads of time. I'll do a full squad review, squad depth, and I'll do a full transfer window review. Have a cracking weekend, everybody. I'll see you on Sunday. Take it easy.